Hey everyone, welcome back. Dave Dubeau here with another episode of the Property Profits Real Estate Podcast. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing a client of mine and a very, very sharp real estate investor, Stephanie Perez. Stephanie, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you, Dave?
I am great. And, over the months that we've been working together so far, it's really been a lot of fun getting to know you better and also looking at what you're doing with real estate investing, because I love it. I really, really do love what you're doing. It's so smart. You're combining two different things. Each one by itself is a really good real estate investing strategy, but you're doing your kind of own unique twist on things, combining them. And I think it's just absolutely phenomenal. So first of all, before we let the cat out of the bag and let everybody know what it is that you're doing, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and how you got involved in this crazy world of real estate investing?
So I live in Ottawa with my husband and three little kids. I work for the federal government full-time, but I also work full-time in real estate investing. I started in real estate about 18 years ago when I got my realtor's license. I let that one go after about a year, though, when I started working for the government to get some stability, just to be stable. I've always loved real estate, though. I bought my first house, and then right away I was looking for my next house. And then when I moved to that next house 3 years after, and then the day after, I was still on MLS looking at houses just because it's my favorite kind of online shopping, I guess.
You and my wife kind of have that in common. She likes doing that as well. She's always looking at properties and stuff. It's
cool. I walk outside at night and I'm always looking to see like decor inside the houses to see how interesting it is. I love it. I just love real estate. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. So that's kind of how you got started. Now, how about revenue properties? You're talking about your personal residences. When did you take your first foray into buying revenue properties?
So last year, since
so
COVID,
right now it's 2023. So last year would have been 2022. Yeah.
Yeah. So last year, because of the COVID prices, we were able to refinance our house and take out all the equity. And we purchased a cabin, and we're using it as a short-term rental right now. It's on Airbnb and on Kijiji, and we've been really doing well with it. It's booked every weekend during the winter, so that's really good. It's in the bush, so it's not one of those like full time in the city where people are using it as tourists. They just go there for a nice romantic weekend with a nice hot tub. So it's been really, really nice. And in the summer, it's fully booked. So we're
do you guys get a chance to use it every once in a while?
Once in a while. Yeah. Not too often.
But that is interesting though, Stephanie. And sorry for this aside, but I just personally, I'm curious about that because I know a lot of people in Ontario, have cabins, have cottages. And I really just assumed that was a fantastic thing in the summertime, but that it was so seasonal that you'd be completely out of luck in the winter. But that's not the case. You've got fairly consistent bookings in the wintertime.
Yeah. And because the prices are a little bit higher on the weekends, there's a lot of people that like to book it midweek to get the special pricing.
So what would you say is your occupancy rate in the wintertime on average?
I'd say about 50%.
That's pretty darn good for off season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So you've turned your cabin into a nice little cash flow machine. Mm-hmm. And are you running out doing a whole bunch more of those, or what are you doing instead? I know the answer, but just for our listeners.
I am not.
Why not? Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
It's very it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to coordinate everything and finding good people to work on it. So I have a cleaner and a handyman, and they're a couple.
That's right, because this property's out in the bush, out in the kind of very rural area. So finding good workers is hard, and when it's a last minute booking, it's really hard to get the place ready and on time. And there's always something going on with the hot tub. So it's too much work. I'm not doing that again. it sounds appealing, but there's always the story behind the story. Okay. So you've got that experience, but now what you're doing is pretty darn cool, as I alluded to at the beginning. Tell us a little bit about your strategy now.
So our first property that we just purchased in November, we just closed on about a month ago. So this one is going to be, thank you. It's a single family home in Belleville. It's a 2-story home, it's 4 bedrooms. So that one we are going to do a BRRRR, but also a student rental with it.
Okay, so let's unpack this. And first of all, let's talk about the BRRRR. So you bought a house.
Yep.
And just give us kind of a mental picture. What kind of condition was this property in when you purchased it?
So the house is it's about 100 years old. So it's old. It's been renovated throughout the years, but it wasn't a quality renovation that they did. So it's a fixer upper. It is a fixer upper. Yeah. We got it for a great price though.
All right. Very good. So we'll take a look at that in a second here. So you've got this property, single family home, 2 stories, 4 bedrooms, you said?
Yeah.
And you're going to do the BRRRR on that. So help me out with this. So that means you buy it, renovate it, rent it out, refinance, and repeat.
Yes.
Right. So let's take a look at that first. What's that looking like as you're in the process? How much did you, if you don't mind sharing, how much did you purchase it for at the beginning?
Yeah, we paid $325,000.
Wow. In Belleville around these, that's pretty good, even for
it's very good.
What do you think the real, not the after repaired value, but what do you think the market value of that property really was?
I think it would have been about $375,000.
And you paid $325,000 for it?
Yeah.
So you probably have a nice
asking $375,000 also.
All right. So you had a nice little $50,000 bump right there. You found a motivated seller. You negotiated well. You created some instant equity. Okay. Smart.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. So now what comes next? The
renovation. Yeah.
What's that looking like?
The renovation. So we just went last weekend and we did all the demo work, me and my husband. So we took out all the kitchen cabinets, took out all the flooring, bathroom vanities. We're taking out the clawfoot tub, unfortunately, but the bathroom's too small for it. Okay. And it doesn't work. It's too big for that little bathroom.
Might fit in your house. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe a next one. So we did all the demo. So now my contractor's going in on Monday. He's going to be doing the foundation work because the house is a bit like this in the middle. So it's sagging. So they're going to jack it up a bit. And then we can do the real work on it.
So what are your anticipated costs for bringing this up to snuff for doing all of the renovations?
We've budgeted $50,000.
$50,000. All right.
$50,000, and that includes furnishing it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. So you bought it for $325,000. You're going to put another $50,000 into it. Was it rented when you bought it, or what did you buy?
No, it was vacant.
Okay. Very good.
I am not buying anything that is
not
rented.
Ontario. Yeah, not in Ontario. Yeah, good idea. Okay, so you're going to be into it for $50,000, give or take. Nothing ever goes 100% according to plan, but if you guys are doing some of the work yourself, that'll help.
Yep.
What do you anticipate the after repaired value to be on the property?
Minimum $450,000.
Yeah, so you're going to increase the value above what you paid for it.
Yes,
significantly. And definitely even above what it costs to do the renovations.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the plan. So what's the time frame for doing this?
I gave my contractor 6 weeks.
Okay.
I have people moving in April 15th.
Oh, wow. Okay. So there is a hard date on there. So hopefully that all works. Okay. So the renting out side of things, you're going to do the BRRRR. How much of that? So if you bought it for $325,000, you said about $50,000 into it for renos. What are you into this? You and your investors into this all, as far as cash goes?
Wow, that's another fantastic idea. Hold on to that thought for a sec. We'll be right back. Now, are you a real estate investor who's run out of cash or credit to grow your portfolio? Are you looking to grow your portfolio using other people's money and raising capital? Well, I want to show you how to raise 6 figures or more in 6 weeks or less at my upcoming Investor Attraction Workshop. You can get your ticket and find out all about it at investorattractionworkshop.com. We're going to spend a full day taking a deep dive into this roadmap that I've used to raise millions for my deals, and I've helped other people just like you cumulatively raise hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars for their deals as well. So again, you can check that out at investorattractionworkshop.com. And as a loyal listener to the podcast, you'll get 50% off your ticket when you use the discount code podcast. That's right. Discount code podcast at investorattractionworkshop.com. See you at the next workshop.
About 475.
No, just cash. Just cash, not accounting.
No, so 20% down. That was, I think, 76.
On the spot with numbers. Yeah.
It's about 75,000, and then 50,000 for the renos. So that's 125 plus closing and holding.
And holding costs. Yeah. So let's say 150 maybe.
Max.
Probably not that much, but let's say 150.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 150 into the deal. Okay, very good. And then you're going to be renting this out. So let's walk through that. The end product, is it still going to be 4 bedrooms, or are you going to have more bedrooms?
It's going to be 5 bedrooms in the end.
Okay, because you're going to turn this into a student rental, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So what is that going to look like?
That looks like $900 per room.
900 per room times 5 rooms.
Yeah.
$4,500. Okay. And what do you think your hard costs are going to be with your mortgage and property taxes, insurance, whatever? You're going to be covering utilities as well.
I'm covering all utilities. I'm not sure how much it's costing. I have a spreadsheet all about it, but we are cash flowing about $1,500 a month on it. Very,
very cool. So here's the interesting thing, right? If you just had that house as a regular rental property, what would it rent out for as like a 4-bedroom house in that area in Belleville?
$2,500.
$2,500. So you're increasing the revenue, almost doubling the revenue from $2,500 to $4,500 by turning this into a student rental instead of just a normal rental.
That's right.
That makes a huge difference, because at $2,500 a month, it probably won't even cover your mortgage costs. You'd be negative on that kind of a property.
That's right.
Well, actually, with these numbers that you're talking about, you'd be negative like $1,000 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a way to bring a single family home up to snuff in an expensive area and actually make it cash flow positive. So tell me a little bit about and this is interesting because I've just interviewed another student housing person a few episodes ago. So it's kind of fun to talk with you about this. She's also in Ontario, by the way.
Okay.
What are you going to be doing around managing the students? Who are the students that you're bringing on? All that kind of good stuff.
So in Belleville, we have Loyalist College. And at Loyalist College, it's a lot of international students that come. It's a record year. They've never had so many people in that college. So there is an extremely high demand for student rentals at the moment.
Yeah.
So there's just so much demand and they all come and they want to share rooms, and they just they pay top dollar and they pay on time, and they leave after 3 years.
That's what the other lady was saying too. That's especially because here's the interesting thing about the rental market in Ontario. Same thing for us here in British Columbia. As landlords in the olden days, the good old days, you wanted to get a tenant who came in and stayed forever. You wanted that steady Eddie type of things. These days, with the rental controls that the government imposes on us, with the landlord tenancy boards and all that kind of stuff, if you get a tenant in a place, you can only increase the rent by a specified amount every year, which doesn't come close to keeping up with inflation. So the longer you have a tenant in a place, the less money you make. So having turnover is really, really quite important. So walk me through that with these student tenants, because typically, they might be there for 3 years, but are they living there full time for 3 years, or are they going to work somewhere for the summer, or how does that usually work?
I think they're going to be mostly staying for 3 years, just
I guess
because
if they're foreign students, yeah, they would be.
yeah, they come from India. They don't come from the poorest families, but they don't come from the richest families either.
Mhm.
Loyalist College is not known as being like an elite place, so they're not. They can't really afford to go back to India for the summer, and they will have jobs, so they can't be leaving their jobs at the end of the semester. So they are going to be staying.
Do you find that a lot of these students are also taking summer courses to get through their schooling as quickly as possible, or they just have to work hard in the summer to save up for their next semester?
I would say that they are going to be staying in the summer, because that's when my students are starting. They're starting May 1st.
Mhm.
And that's why I need the place to be ready April 15th, because they're flying in and they need a place as of April 15th.
And if the place ain't ready, then they're hanging out in your living room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is so exciting, Stephanie. Congratulations
Thank you
for getting going on this. And now your goal is to keep going, to grow your portfolio, to keep chugging along. So talk to me a little bit about what your vision is and how you see bringing on joint venture partners to make this happen.
I do have a joint venture partner on this one, and I do have one the same for the next project that we have in Trenton, which is another cool place because you get a lot of turnover, since it's the biggest air base in Canada. So military, they only stay a few years and then they leave.
Right.
And so that's great for turnover. This joint venture partner I got through my coaching program, and so it's going well with him. Everything's going. I've maxed him out for now. Hopefully we can.
But
can
tell
do
us
the
a little bit about your vision of where you see your portfolio going over the next 5 years or so.
My vision was to get 10 doors this year. So right now I'm going to have 3.
Well, at the time we're recording this, it's February. The year is young.
Yeah. So I've got 3 at the moment. So 7 more for this year. So I am looking for joint venture partners to grow the portfolio. I am in my coaching group, I'm known as the analysis queen, because I can analyze a deal in 30 seconds to a minute. So, and I find deals that cash flow. They cash flow, all of them. So I really have good deals for joint venture partners. I make them money.
That's fantastic, Stephanie. Well, again, congratulations on the deals that you've got going, the new one that you're getting going in Trenton. That sounds very exciting as well. All the opportunities that you're seeing and that you're taking advantage of. If people want to find out more about you and connect with you, what should they do?
They should either call me or DM me, or they can check out my wonderful website, stephanieperez.ca. They can contact me through there. I have a contact form. And
that sounds great. Stephanie, it's always a lot of fun, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Dave. Have a great day.
You too. All right, everybody, take care. We'll see you on the next episode.
Well, hey there. Thanks for tuning into the Property Profits podcast. If you like this episode, that's great. Please go ahead and subscribe on iTunes. Give us a good review. That'd be awesome. I appreciate that. And if you're looking to attract investors and raise capital for your deals, then I'm going to invite you to get a complimentary copy of my newest book, right back there. There it is. The Money Partner Formula. You can get a PDF version at investorattractionbook.com. Again, investorattractionbook.com. Take care.